Hello and welcome. My name again is Namdagoha, and I help people improve their fluency in English and in French in order for them to become great speakers. Today, I am going to talk about the mental and the physical fluency. In my previous video, I told you about the mental fluency. Now I'm going to speak about how to develop the physical fluency. You need both to be more fluent in a language or to be fluent in a language. How do you develop your fluency? At the end of the day, people judge you based on how you speak. And for you to become fluent, you need to understand the rules of fluency. I defined the fluency in my previous video, and I want to define it again. It is your ability to speak a language smoothly without hesitating every now and again. That is what fluency is all about. I told you there are two sides to fluency, the physical and the mental. I told you the mental aspect is when you read, you gather a lot of information in your head, the grammar, the syntax, the vocabulary. But without the physical aspect, all the information you have in your head will amount to nothing. How do you develop your physical fluency? Physical fluency is nothing more than when you practice the language. Just like how you learned your mother tongue, you started by listening to people. After a while, you started emulating them. And after a while, you started speaking. At the beginning, you were speaking slowly. And then with time, you start speaking very fast and attained fluency. And that for me is physical fluency. Physical fluency is like sports. You need to practice. If you don't practice, even if you read 1,000 books in French or in English, they will not be enough to improve your fluency. You can only store information, but how do you use the information you stored in your brain? Physical fluency will make you get to that level. If you don't practice, you will not improve. A lot of people believe that studying a language is enough to speak the language. Now that is a misconception here. It's not because you know the rules that will make you speak more fluent or be more fluent than any other person. No. The knowledge is one thing. The practice or the use of the language is another. And it's only when you rely or develop your physical fluency that will make you use the information you have stored in your brain. When I arrived France to study French, I had the same problem. I started by studying the language. I was not practicing, just studied, because somebody told me, just know the grammar of the language and that will be enough for you to speak the language. He was wrong, because I discovered after 8 months of staying in France, my speaking was very poor, in spite of my vast knowledge of the grammar and the vocabulary and the books I've read. I don't want you to make the same mistakes, and that's why I'm trying to tell you that if you want to improve your speaking, you have to practice. You have to move out and speak with people. Have sparring partners. Connect with native speakers. Find a way you practice the language. Find a way to practice the language. If you don't practice, even if you read 1,000 books, even if you know all the grammar rules in the language, they will not be enough to make you speak the language. They won't. I'll tell you that. I was there, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. you can connect to our website, go to our website, and then we can offer you solutions, other solutions, how you can be more fluent in French or in English. Fluency is the key. What you stored in your brain is good, but if you are not able to say something, if you're not able to speak, if you're not able to talk, people will not understand exactly how much information you've stored in your head. Physical fluency is very important. Physical fluency is very important. That's the only way you can develop your fluency. It is the only way you can develop your fluency, by practice. It's like sports. The more you practice, the better you become. You can't read fluency in the books. You can't. I did not read fluency. I practiced fluency. I practiced to become fluent. And if you want to be fluent, we can help you to be more fluent by connecting to our website. Go to our website and just fill the form, and then you connect to us. We will teach you step by step on how to become fluent. Because most of my students, when it comes to fluency, I devise a new method for them. Reading is good, but practicing is better. Until next time, friends, please keep speaking up.